So I was tinkering around today and I made where'd it go? This guy. And we may see problems with it, but it seems to be working, and it basically allows me to increase my coordinate system to a near arbitrarily large amount. Right now I'm using $250 million plus minus, so 500 million cubed. And we do this by doing some shit to it. For each of the inputs we generate a different random string in that stream, and that generates a number between 1 and this. The reason it's this is because the digits are important, because I don't want any overlap on my numbers. So this is x, and then y is multiplied by 1,000,000. So if this was 9999 and this was 9999, then you'd have 999. Like, you'd have this with 6 zeros, and then you would add it, and now you'd have all 9s. Same thing here. So we have to use N64s for all this, and there's no modulo operation on N64, but I wrote one. So this will modulate the number that we got from all this by the N32 max, and so we end up with a remainder that could be anything up to 1 under the integer 32 max. We set that on a final stream, and we make a random stream here, and we pass that random stream back, and that's what everybody uses. We also pass the seed back in case we need it, but we probably won't. And that's what I came up with during work. So my universe just got a lot bigger. It does seem to work as far as randomized locations and it feeling random goes. I don't see any pattern repetition in the stars or anything. So I think we're good on that. There is one issue that I'm trying to figure out where the covers for the nebula that I put here are they're blocking the stars. I want them to cover the nebula but not the stars, so I'm going to try to figure that out. And then as soon as I'm done with that, I'm going to start a nebula texture from scratch, because I learned about some of the Unreal 5 noise functions, and I think I can make my nebula texture generator a lot better. Well, not better, it would still be pretty good the way it is, but it has like 20 something parameters, and it really doesn't need that many. I want to be able to tune it with less parameters just to save my arm from carpal tunnel, and I can do that with the noise functions, I think. Just finish organizing all of this. I'm also trying to figure out what the minimum duration this has to go and still successfully capture the scene. And I think the way we can debug the star field is to break all pin links to this. And now it won't destroy the... Oops, I was on the wrong screen. I broke the pin link to here. And that will not destroy the stuff that I used to snap the sky map. So now I should have a particle field. Oh, I see. So it's like eating the light from the stars even when it's behind them. That's interesting. Why does it do that? Oops. And 50. How much do I need to actually get there? Okay. Now this is far as fuck away from the camera. So why is it eating my textures? It's gonna be this guy. Oh. Let's not multiply any kind of emissive. I think the emissive is like eating the stars in front of it. So if I change it, like, because this is, I just needed to cover it. It doesn't need to have any like light properties or anything. It just needs to cover up the texture buttholes. It still does it though. Is this guy like too big maybe? This is a weird idea. So now what's it look like? It's not the end of the world, but I would like to fix it. Is it some weird multiply by 0 thing? Maybe? The problem is now I can fucking... It didn't work anyway. Shouldn't have to do that. There is another way. There is another way. Okay. We're going with the initial plan, where we will snap a picture of just the nebula, hide the nebula, and then snap a picture of the stars, and then that should work for sure. Alright, so let's look at what we've got here. We call capture scene. Okay, so... So these are what configure our Niagara system. Undo, undo, undo. I want everything. Okay. And we can just do this to here and to here, and we can collapse nodes, initialize Niagara star field, and then break all pin links, break all pin links. So as soon as this guy spawns in, he'll snap a picture of the nebula, and then we can turn just the nebula off. And then after that's done, we can initialize our star field. Oh wait, no. We can, yeah, we hit the nebula. We can initialize our star field. And then capture scene again. Oh, this is when we, okay, so, so not exactly. So we do this, right, and that's going to render the nebula to the sky sphere. So at that point, we have a sky sphere with just the nebula in it, and we want to turn it on, because we want the sky sphere as a part of our scene when we capture our stars. We turn the nebula on, initialize the star field, capture scene, delay. Do another second, and then turn the star field off too. How'd that work? It didn't work. Three. Long enough to at least see what it's doing. So it does this 3 seconds later, turns it off. Does this, turns it off. So why is close? Oh, the sky sphere. Sure. Get rid of that. Turns it off. Snaps it. Spawn stars. Snaps it. Not quite. Getting there. This might need longer. And also, I'm doing this nonsense still. Let's see what our output was for that one. So we did our first screen cap, but not our second, so can I, so just for a moment, would I use cube camera anywhere? I think this. So let's answer a question. If I do this, do we still cap the nebulas? That's going to determine. Yes. And so what if we just rendered to 2 targets? So like here, we'd have projected stars and projected nebula. So what if instead of doing it like this, okay, I suspect that if I do it, where'd my fucking thing go? Here? Okay. Oh, I guess it's just gone. So start field generator. Excuse me? Yes. Okay, here we go. So I think it's capping the screen when this happens, when it gets set. So if I just change it to this, and then cube, so we generate a cube camera, we set it to not capture every frame. Let's clean this up a little bit, it's a little messy. Sure. Move all this stuff over. Sure. We set it to this, which is going to cause it to snap a picture to the projected nebula. And then we come over here and we, instead of this, it's another one of these. And I'm actually just going to put a delay here in case it takes time for these to spawn in, and I'll get rid of it if I don't need it. But I don't want it to like not work because of a delay and I'm like hunting it because I'm missing. I don't want it to not work because I'm missing a delay. So we'll do it here, because if it works then I can go start fucking with the delays and trying to get rid of them all. And then we finally switch off the procedurally generated star field. This is cube camera Yeah, we don't want it to work like this. I don't think we need this. And we're gonna do this to keep it around. Do this. Once we set this, it's going to capture the nebula. And we also want and then if all this works, we'll also destroy that cube at the end. Oops, something broke. Snap one. So I should only have almost. So what happens if I just do this, and instead of this, we do this? Instead of this, you do regular stars, and instead of this, you do this. And delete this out. And I use 2 cubes to do it.
Hey, do you want to make our shopping list soon?
Alexa, broadcast. Alexa, broadcast.
What's the announcement?
Yeah, we can. So what we kind of want to see is the stars capped on one, nebula capped on the other. So it snaps the picture. Projected nebula. Snap the picture again, come on. Not good enough. Maybe I did need this. Let's make sure these are right. Projected stars. Projected nebula. They're definitely two different render targets. Oops. Try it again. Spawn this, snap a picture, trade it for the skybox, spawn the stars, take a picture. God damn it. Maybe if I destroy the first one, maybe it doesn't like having two. Spawn in. Update. Spawn. Snap. We got it. I can tell we got it. Okay. Okay. Now we clean it up. This. And then does this work? These are the three things we use to cap the scene. Okay. Spawn it, snap a picture of that. Spawn it, snap a picture. Destroy everything. Now, do I have stars over the buttholes? I do. I have butthole stars. I got stars in my buttholes. Alright. Cool. That's the last little bit of tweaks this guy needed. So now we can kind of clean up the delays. And just the whole thing in general. Don't fuck with it too much. This one's real finicky. Don't need this. We're just fully destroyed. Alexa, broadcast.
What's the announcement?
I'm gonna be up there in just a second. I'm just trying to finish something up here.
Announcing.
There in just a second. I'm just trying to finish something up here. Just 1 second long enough. Something like this, having it in a long form, something that's like this procedural, having it in the like fully stretched out, I think is ideal. So we'll put 1 second delays in our places, 1 second delay spots. We'll see if that's enough. So then we destroy, we turn off the nebula mesh, we turn on the sky sphere. Let's see if we need this, and let's see if we can get away with this. And finally we destroy everything we used to make it, and then we just have our cube map. So let's go. Oops, wrong button. Space play. Okay, so didn't work. That's fine. That's why we did it. I suspect it's this guy. 1 second. 1 second. Spawn the nebula, take a snapshot. Spawn the stars. Here. Spawn nebula, snapshot. Spawn stars. Spawn stars. Like what? It didn't spawn the stars. I think it was working when I was like, had this delay higher. I always do that. It's like instinctive. This, spawn the stars. Spawn the stars. Snap a picture there. Not quite. Turn the nebula off, turn the sky sphere on, initialize the stars, wait. Should the star spawn the capture cube? Delay? Stars. Come on. Okay, now cap it. Fuck. This here and then here. I'll do 6 seconds now. Move this back over here. So she might have my stars for longer. Spawn the stars. Okay. Cap it again. Okay, we got it. We got it. Alright, so it just has to have a pretty substantial delay there. We get a beautiful cube map. Starfield generator. 6 is long enough. Is 4 long enough? Stars pop in, snap a picture. Not long enough. On it. It's super jank that I have to do it like this, but spawn this. I would prefer to have some event come back from Niagara. Okay, we got it that time. Alright. We'll just call 5 the excuse me. We'll just call 5 the minimum there. Capture cube 2, capture the scene, delay. Is 1 second enough? Yeah, 1 second's enough. Is 0 seconds enough? I doubt it. Oops. Again, it's like instinctive for me to do it that way. Okay, do this. Spawn stars. Yeah, that's not fast enough. Okay, Starfield generator, we'll give it the delay. I'm trying to get this to work with the minimum amount of delay possible. .5. Star spawn, snap picture. Okay, 4.5 is enough. Sweet. Now it's just tuning coefficients. Solar system actually can fix all of that to however we want it. So this is too big. This is fine. Give me my stars. There it is. Then we have our star field. Looks a little bit better with the smaller sizes. And we're good. Alright, sweet. That's all I'm going to do for this session. Tonight I'm going to come back and do some reworks of the nebula texture.